Yahoshua chapter 10. And it came to be when Adoni-Zedek, sovereign of Jerusalem, heard that Yahoshua had captured Ai and had put it under the ban, that he had done to Ai and its sovereign as he had done to Jericho and its sovereign, that the inhabitants of Gibeon had made peace with Israel and were in their midst, that they feared greatly. Because Gibeon was a great city as one of the royal cities, and because it was greater than Ai, and all of its men were mighty. And Adoni-Zedek, sovereign of Jerusalem, sent to Hoham, sovereign of Hebron, and to Piram, sovereign of Yarmuth, and to Yaphiah, sovereign of Lachish, and to Debir, sovereign of Eglon, saying, Come up to me and help me, and let us smite Gibeon, for it has made peace with Yahoshua and with the children of Yisrael. So the 5 sovereigns of the Amorites, sovereign of Jerusalem, which is Jerusalem, Jerusalem, and the sovereign of Hebron, and the sovereign of Yarmuth, and the sovereign of Lachish, and the sovereign of Eglon, gathered together and went up, they and all their armies, and they camped before Gibeon, and they fought against it. And the men of Gibeon sent to Yahoshua at the camp of Gilgal, saying, Do not withdraw your hand from your servants. Come up to us quickly and save us and help us. For all of the sovereigns of the Amorites who dwell in the mountains have assembled against us. And Yahoshua went up from Gilgal, he and all the soldiers with him, and all the mighty brave men. And Yahuwah said to Yahoshua, Do not fear them, for I have given them into your hand. Not one of them stands before you. So then Yahoshua came upon them suddenly, having gone up all the night from Gilgal. And Yahuwah threw them into confusion before Israel. They smote them with a great smiting at Gibeon, and they pursued them along the way that goes to Beth Horon, and smote them as far as Azekah and Makkedah. And it came to be as they fled before Israel and were on the descent of Beth Horon, that Yahuwah threw down large hailstones from the Shemayim, or heaven, on them as far as Azekah, and they died. And there were more who died from the hailstones than those whom the sons of Israel had slain with the sword. Then Yahoshua spoke to Yahuwah in the day when Yahuwah gave the Amorites over to the children of Israel. He said before the eyes of Israel, Sun, stand still over Gibeon, and moon in the valley of Aelon. So the sun stood still, and the moon stopped, till the nation avenged itself upon their enemies. Is this not written in the book of Yasher? Thus the sun stopped in the midst of the Shemayim, the heaven, and did not hasten to go down for an entire day. And there has been no day like that before it or after it, that Yahuwah listened to the voice of a man, because Yahuwah fought for Israel. So Yahoshua returned, and all of Israel with him, to the camp of Gilgal. Now these 5 sovereigns had fled and hidden themselves in a cave at Makkedah. And it was reported to Yahoshua, saying that the 5 sovereigns have been found hidden in the cave of Makkedah. And Yahoshua said, Roll large stones against the mouth of the cave, and put men by it to guard them. And you do not stand still, but pursue your enemies. You shall smite them in the rear. Do not allow them to enter their cities, for Yah your Elohim has given them into your hand. And it came to be when Yahoshua and the children of Israel had ended smiting them with very great smiting, till they had finished. But those who escaped went into walled cities, that all the people returned to the camp to Yahoshua, to Makkedah, in peace, and no one moved his tongue against any of the sons of Israel. Then Yahoshua said, Open the mouth of the cave, bring out those 5 kings to me from the cave. And they did so, and brought those 5 sovereigns to him from the cave. And the sovereign of Jerusalem, sovereign of Hebron, sovereign of Yarmuth, sovereign of Lachish, and the sovereign of Eglon. And it came to be, when they brought out those kings to Yahoshua, that Yahoshua called for all of the men of Israel. And he said to them, and the chiefs of the men of battle who went with him, Come near and put your feet on the necks of these kings. They drew near and put their feet on their necks. And then Yahoshua said to them, Do not be afraid, nor be discouraged. Be strong and courageous, for this is what Yah is going to do to all your enemies whom you are fighting. Afterwards, Yahushua smote them, killed them, and hanged them on 5 trees. And they were hanging on the trees until evening. And it came to be at the time of the going down of the sun that Yahushua commanded, and they took them down from the trees and threw them into the cave where they had been hidden, and laid large stones against the cave's mouth to this day. And on that day Yahushua captured Makkedah, and he smote it with the edge of the sword. He put its king under the ban, them and all the people who were in it. He left no survivor, and he did to the king, he did to the sovereign of Makkedah as he had done to the king of Jericho. Then Yahushua passed over, and all of Israel was with him. Then from Makkedah to Libnah, and they fought against Libnah. And Yahuwah also gave it and its king into the hands of Israel, and he smote it and all the people who were in it with the edge of the sword. He left no survivor in it. He did to its king as he had done to the king of Jericho. And then Yahushua passed over, and all Israel with him, from Libnah to Lachish, and encamped against it and fought against it. And Yahuwah gave Lachish into the hands of Israel, who captured it on the second day, smote it, and all the people who were in it with the edge of the sword, according to all that he had done to Libnah. And then Horam, king of Gezer, came up to help Lachish, and Yahushua smote him and his people until he left him no survivor. Then Yahushua passed over, and all of Israel with him, from Lachish to Eglon, and they encamped against it and fought against it, and captured it on that day, and smote it with the edge of the sword, and all the beings who were in it he put under the ban that day, according to all that he had done to Lachish. Then Yahushua went up, and all of Israel with him, from Eglon to Hebron, and they fought against it, and captured it, and smote it with the edge of the sword, and its king and all its cities, and all of the people who were in it. He left no survivor, according to all that he had done to Eglon, and put it and all the people who were in it under the ban. Then Yahushua returned, and all of Israel with him, to Debir, and fought against it, and captured it and its sovereign and all its cities, and they smote them with the edge of the sword, and put all the people who were in it under the ban. He left no survivor. And as he had done to Hebron, he did to Debir and its sovereign, and as he had done to Libnah and its sovereign. Thus Yahushua smote all the land, the mountain country and the Negev, and the low country and the wilderness slopes, and all the kings or sovereigns. He left no survivor. He put all that breathed under the ban, as Yahuwah Elohim of Israel has commanded. And Yahushua smote them from Kadesh Barnea as far as Gaza, and all the land of Goshen, even as far as Gibeon. And Yahushua captured all of those sovereigns in their land at one time, because Yahuwah Elohim of Israel fought for Israel. And Yahushua returned, and all of Israel with him, to the camp at Gilgal. Hallelujah! So one thing that stands out that I'm sure you can see me smiling in it, and this is why. In verse 13, it says, "Is this not written in the book of Jasher," which is Jasher, which is in the Apocrypha, and which is in this book that I have here. Actually, so this is not in the book, in the Bible that you have that has 66 chapters. So this was confirmation for me. I have read this before, and this just stood up to me again. I guess the first time I read it, I didn't notice it. But I'm reading from Yah Scriptures, and I read here in verse 13 that there's a book called Jasher that these people knew about, right? Why didn't we? Why isn't it in our books? Because, well, some of us may know why. But it's in this book, Yah Scriptures, and you can order it online. I'll post a link in the description. It's my favorite. It's got all the Apocrypha. This book is huge, and it's got 37 extra books in it. So along with your 66 books, plus your 37 from the Apocrypha, and some other writings. And so I would encourage you to get it if you want to know the truth. Hallelujah. I'll be back with another video. Love you all. Bye.